What it is, what it do, guys. So today we are going kayaking. We're practicing social distancing. I am here with my friend Denise. Denise, it's your first time, right?
It is my first time.
So we're going kayaking, end of the world, practicing for if we ever need to get away from the zombie apocalypse or whatever is happening. So right now we're loading the kayaks up. We have the Aspire 105 here from Wilderness Systems. These are a really cool kayak. These are really great. They're a good one person, they're a good beginner. You can basically do up to, I believe, a tier 3 or level 3 rapid in them. If you're obviously going that level, you probably want to get a skirt. If you don't know what a skirt is, it's actually an apparatus that goes over here when you're sitting in the chair. And so it makes it so that if the water sloshes over from down here into the kayak, that you don't get wet. So we're just packing up, and we'll see you guys at the river. Hey guys, so today we're heading to the Black Creek Preserve. It's a piece of land that's taken care of by Scenic Hudson. It's 136 acres, and it's a really great place if you're a beginning kayaker. And it's super biodiverse. It has a lot of different birds, a lot of different animals that are local to the Hudson Valley here and the upstate region of New York. Now, while we're not truly upstate, we're about an hour and 20 minutes from New York City. So for you city folks, you would probably consider this upstate. An interesting thing about Black Creek is that the reason that Black Creek's gotten its name is that the water is super dark shade of brown or black. Now, the reason that it's that color actually is due to the fact that the leaf litter from the trees, as the seasons go, fall into the water. And all of the dye and nutrients from those leaves actually dye the water a different shade than it would actually normally be. So that's why it's a super dark shade of brown or black. Today it's Denise's first time going kayaking, so we're heading out there because it's a great spot if you're a beginner, if you're new to this stuff, to really just learn how the kayaks work, make sure that you're feeling safe, and learning all the protocols of kayaking in a responsible way on the waterways.
I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could get you satisfaction. And you know we out here every day with it. I'ma show you how to get it.
Guys, we have finally made it to Black Creek. We've unloaded the car. Social distancing, of course, 6 feet apart. But here we are. This is the Black Creek. This is the extension, kind of where we're getting dropped off. We're not actually in the preserve. But before we get out there, I kind of want to go over some of the equipment we're using, especially if you guys are considering starting to kayak. I think our kayaks are really good ones, for beginners and for people who are, beginner to intermediate, actually. So right over here, again, I said earlier, we have the Aspire 105. This is from Wilderness Systems. Now, the thing that's really good or great for beginners about this kayak is, and for people who maybe are intermediate, it's a nice one to have in a household where you have people who are at different levels, is you got great storage back here. Classic kayak storage, either the front or the back. It's pretty big. You have adjustable seats, for the back, for lumbar support, for under your legs, to make sure your legs are up, adjustable footholds. That's pretty standard. The one thing that I will say that is really nice is that underneath here, Denise, you mind lifting this up? We have a system here where there's a fin. I'll show you. There's a toggle here, and it drops down, and it gives you a rudder. So you can put that back down, Denise. So the cool thing about the rudder there is that if you're a beginner and just in general, it actually helps you to keep your kayak straight. These are actually 10-foot kayaks. So if there was no rudder like that in the water, it would actually have the tendency to drift side to side. And so someone like Denise, who's a beginner and just starting for the first time here kayaking, it's gonna help her actually sail straighter as she's doing the strokes in the water. Maybe you're someone who's like, oh no, I just want the most aggressive whitewater kayak that I can get, or the coolest looking one. You actually will find that ones without it, and if you're not used to it and you don't have the fitness level, that they can be quite difficult, because the kayak is actually going to snake kind of back and forth all over the water surface rather than holding that line for you. So that's why you see some of the more like I guess you say ocean kayaks, or you see kayaks that are made for big rivers like our local one, the Hudson. They're actually like 14 to 15 feet. So that's just a quick little tip and trick to go about it, or just a thing to be aware of. Hey guys, as you can see, we're actually finally here on the Black Creek River, actually kayaking. So I just wanted to reiterate again how this is such like a great location for a beginner kayaker, because the water's calm. There's a ton of different wildlife, as I mentioned earlier. You're gonna see, you know, we got red-winged blackbird, great blue heron, snapping turtles, painted turtles. You got different types of frogs. You're gonna see in here, red-tailed hawks, red-shouldered hawks, and a ton of different fauna that you can see here. And actually, you know, maybe bring a field guide and identify, and you can have a really good time. And it's a real leisurely kayak. There's like no fast moving water here. It's all, you know, very smooth and very pristine, and actually quite peaceful. So yeah, just again, this is just a great location. It's off at 299. About splitting the difference between going into New Paltz, New York, and Highland, New York, or Highland / Lloyd, New York. So yeah, if you need any help, I'm gonna pin the location here at the bottom of the post, where you can find it on Google Maps. So if you guys are wondering or having trouble finding it, because if you do look up Black Creek Preserve, it's gonna send you to the main location. As I said earlier, this is the satellite or boat launch. The one really cool thing that's about these boats is that the way they have the hull is it's got, like, you see this ridgeline edge? Yeah. Like as you can see on mine. And that edge is actually really good at keeping it from tipping too far. So if you rock side to side, actually, you can actually see that it really helps prevent you from tipping over. So.
Did you hear that?
So as you can see here, this is actually one of the beaver dams here that you can see on the river. It's pretty awesome, pretty amazing. It's quite a large dam, but you know, you obviously can get much bigger and larger waterways. There we go. So, how was it?
It was good. It was really relaxing. Really relaxing. I'm like super tired right now. It's super easy. I don't think it's like overwhelming. I think the hardest part is like learning the pattern of rowing. Right, because there's like a specific way that you need to do it, and so getting the hang of that was kind of difficult. But other than that, it's pretty easy, and it was super fun.
So what would you rank it, like giving like a tangible number for someone who's not never been, like 1 out of 10? Like where would you put it?
As far as difficulty level?
Yeah, as far as like Black Creek, like, you know, river here.
Oh God.
What would you, like, I mean, like, would you say that it was like harder than a 5? Would you say it's like...
No, definitely not harder than a 5. I would say it's like a 4 or 3. It's super like easy. It's relaxing. It's pretty straightforward. You can't like really mess up, so it gives you room to feel comfortable. And again, to reiterate for people, this is your first time. So like, again, so kayaking, like, is it something that you see that you like would do a lot in the future? Is it worth, like, you think, an investment in a kayak, like something like that? Oh yeah, I like one of my one right now. They're so relaxing. So yeah, I would definitely recommend like getting one, doing it. I totally want my own, just so I can come out whenever I want to. So yeah, it's fun. Awesome. So as you guys see,
it's super fun here at Black Creek, and just kayaking in general. The reason I'm just kind of making this video and just putting this out is I just want more people to find ways to get out in a safe way, you know, social distancing, and being able to do it like in a healthy way with friends, you know, because like this was pretty dope. Like we had a great time. We were in our own kayaks, we had our own thing, we could talk, but we just, you know, you never had to be, you know, too close. And it's a great way to kind of like get a workout in. There is obviously places and locations that are a little bit more difficult, so it can be, you know, a harder kayak, but you know, this was like a nice leisure one and a cool way to see things, and we were able to talk about, you know, outdoor ed, you know, components, because we both work at an outdoor education company. So it was a cool way to talk about work and work specific things while doing like a great activity. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Zach Jones, and this is Long Way to Go. So please, you know, follow, subscribe, you know, do all that good stuff, throw us a like or whatever. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.